Utsavam Shri Karthik Shekhar, who again has always been a great support to our foundation in arranging programs, in fixing up artists and all that. Welcome, Mr. Shekhar. So I extend a warm welcome to all the devotees of the ashram, members of Sri Vishnu Mohan Foundation, to all the other ladies and gentlemen present here. Thank you.
Sri K.N. Ramaswamy is known for his leadership qualities and charismatic public relations skills. He associated himself with the Bharati Vidya Bhavan in the year 2000 as its deputy director in Chennai, after a span of 4 decades with the leading corporate and media houses. He was appointed as the director of Bharati Vidya Bhavan in 2010. He is now responsible for the Bhavan's Chennai chapter. He is also in charge for the Bhavan's Rajaji Vidyashram, a reputed CBSE school in Chennai, overseeing its efficient functioning. He has been highly recognized by the industry for his work towards promoting art and culture. He is a recipient of many prestigious awards from various organizations, including the Bharat Kalachar, Bharathanjali, Sangeeta Seva Ratna by the Music Forum, Kalai Mamani title from the Government of Tamil Nadu, Kala Seva Ratnam by Saraswati Ghana Nilayam, Mylapore Academy Award, to name a few. Besides the active engagements he is for the Bhavans, he was also a committee member of the Tamil ELSI Nataka Mandram and an advisory committee member of the Sangeet Natak Academy for the UNESCO's recognition of Chennai as a creative city for music. I welcome him to deliver the inaugural address.
Sri Guru Bhyanama. After the elaborate welcome address and the introduction, I think I should be brief. You know all about Krishna, why the function is being held, you know all about Ramaswamy also know. All that, I don't know what is expected to me, I like to be brief. My pranams to Mata Guru, my pranams to Sri Hari. My association goes with this foundation. It's almost 3 decades now. So I see many of them new, many of them have today grey hairs, as I also grew from the foundation when we started. So wonderful evening, wonderful events. When we talk about Krishna, he is one among us. He is not outside. This is what over a period, what you have seen or having read about him, associated with Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is, though he is a God, he is with us, he is within us. We believe him. We are with him and he is among us. We don't believe he is something outside. So over a period of dedication and right from what has been imbibed from the parents and everything what is heard and seen is talk about Krishna. I don't know who cannot talk about it. I am taking cold to Newcastle to all these people who are sitting over here about Krishna and Krishna's death, and Mother Guruji has spoken so much about. The moment she sees me, you say, have you read the Narayaniyam? Are you reading it regularly? This is the first question I have always, and when I take leave, you say, read again. Yes. Read again and again. Yes, read. And you will read. You can never put away a book on Krishna. Any part of it, right from his childhood, from his birth, till the end. It is a struggle. If you look at the Krishna, the whole thing, what we enjoy, then do things, dance, we may do everything. But the whole life of Krishna is full of struggle. What have we seen? He was born when he has to leave his parents and he has to come to a new place where he has to look beyond something and he has to live with people, different people. He has all lived in a small village where he is a cowherd. He has lived that. What is his life at the stage, as the thing says? All his pranks, this we record. But he was like any other child who would have done that. But we attach so much of what he has done subsequently attached to what he has done at the earlier stages. He was wonderful because he was the most one, because he's an adopted child. That was accepted by the entire society because he was one who has been cursed and come to the world and lived. And he lived for others. What else he has done? He lived the whole life for others. He never enjoyed. It's all what we are enjoying is what you are seeing and hearing. All is totally different. That was all done for others' benefit, not for himself. He could have achieved many more of his own personal things. He set aside all that, what he has done. What has he achieved? See the ages from the 6, 7, 8. Age of 7, he became a cowherd. Then in a marshland, he has to move to places, moved right from Gujarat to Hastinapura, and ages and periods. We don't look at the periods which he have moved. If you look at the periods, when it comes to the war, he was 82-year-old. Can you imagine? It is not that N.T. Ramarao who was fighting. It's all not others. He was 82. And Arjuna was 78. And the man on the Sarasaya was 100 plus. You can imagine the kind of, and the people, the Karna was elder to him. See the period and the people, the age, the 40 years of where they went to the lake house and all that 40 years of that period. And when all that, his pranks, his Gokulam was only for a brief period, but we still would like to enjoy. We would like to attach good things with Krishna. The enjoyment part of it we enjoy more rather than his struggle. He has struggled to convince people. He had enemies. He has to fight it out. He has to come out of them because of his willpower. His life is a struggle. And their life is a total struggle for the mankind to establish dharma. The whole idea is how to establish dharma, live a dharmic life. The Sanatana Dharma, what we call, is the dharma which he has established among us. How to go about this dharmic way? The dharmic way of life is established by Krishna to us. It has handed over to us. He himself was an example of the entire life. How many of obstacles he had to fight, come out, again fight, go out, leave the country, leave the places. He lived alone and alone. Then he had his disciples at various levels. Again, who wanted dharma to be established? He associated with the people who wanted dharma. It is not that he associated, people associated with him seeking help from him, and he was available. Because he had no personal intentions of whatsoever. The world's peace was more important, the nation's. And that he could have stopped the war. Who said he cannot win a war? Why should he go to win a war? He had that to show how many people died, how many people suffered during the war. Why did they do that? To establish, for you to understand that what bad war can create. And all that warriors, they laid their life to establish dharma. Nothing but dharmic way. And the way, what is it? Again, every bit of it, if you read, understand, analyze it, you will find something beyond. Something beyond. Even the kings had their own armies. Why did they? That is the way. Once you dedicate yourself, once you promise that you will do something to your guru or to a king, you have to live with that. You have to live to that expectation. That's why all those people, on either side of them, they died. Not because of the other things. It is they laid down for the establishment of dharma. So Krishna is something totally different, totally different. Look at his, there is so much for us to learn from him. It may be on a different way in our own day-to-day life. We are established, we have to try to establish. We will find. We have so much of struggle in our life already. Think of it. To establish ourselves, from what stage we have come, what are all the obstacles we would have come across, what kind of obstacles would have our parents would have seen to bring us up in life. All that is a kind of a various struggles, but they lived up to what expectation of the people. What they expect, their mind, their concentration of doing. How not to do it wrong is a very, very important thing. How can that be? It can be done. The only thing is that you should know what is right. Then the wrong will not come. So it is a great opportunity for us to again recall all that Krishna has done in his lifetime of so many decades. It was dedicated to the whole for dharmic life. He is an example for us also to live like him. All, again we have the struggles, come across all the, go above all that, establish yourself and reach where you can reach, because it is not that, is it that easy? It is easy, it is very simple. You don't have, most important thing is you don't have an ego. What is most important thing is the ego. Ego is what stops you from doing anything. Erase the ego. This is what Ramana Maharshi told us. Same thing. Ego. The moment you don't have ego, your life is very simple. You can face anything. Any person. This is the same thing. Krishna, all what Ramana has said is only what he has learned from the Krishna's life. So every rishi, everyone has got we have got a wonderful, we have to live, we have parents to look after, we have the children to guide, we have to imbibe qualities. There is no lack of in this country, it is only the lack of application. What we should apply, when to apply, where to apply, this is what matters in this. I think the next 3 days we are going to not enjoy, we are going to learn. A continuous learning system. This is Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and experiences, Sri Ramaswamy. Now I would request Swamiji to felicitate Sri Ramaswamy. Swami Sri Hari Prasad, the founder and the managing trustee of Sri Vishnu Mohan Foundation, Chennai, and the managing trustee of Sri Jnana Advaita Peetham, has the fortune of his mother being his guru. From the very early stage in his life, he has been living in his house, also the Gurukulam, serving and learning from his guru, Her Holiness Sri Sadguru Sri Jnanananda Saraswati Swami. No wonder his knowledge is vast and his bhakti for his guru is immeasurable. He has been virtually managing Sri Jnana Advaita Peetham for decades under the guidance of Sri Sadguru Swami. A very powerful memory, saulabhyam, and unending energy are his hallmarks. He has enlightened the devotees with a series of explanations of acharam and in-depth analysis of the Kathopanishad slokas, both published in the Jnana Bhumi, a monthly Tamil magazine. He addresses the devotees regularly during the satsangs, explaining the aspects of a good, clean life, giving elaborate upanyasams on slokas from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, etc. He strongly advocates, supports, and promotes interreligious faith through active participations in various national and international seminars. A well-wisher of the common man, Swamiji helped the downtrodden very silently, shunning any publicity. He partakes and speaks in, besides also organizing many national and international conferences and seminars. He is a modern guru in a fast-changing world, a very strong faith in the practices and preaching of our ancestors. Now we'll have the Anugraha Bhashanam of Sri Swamiji.
Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. With the grace of Sri Sadguru, for all these years, the Krishna festival has been held every year in an unbroken manner. And it has been always here in Bharatiya Bhavan, with the exception of the COVID years. And the first year and throughout we have had the advice and guidance of both Mr. Ramaswamy. I remember the first time when he came, first year he came, and when he heard about that is being planned, he came across to the ashram, and he came along with his wife, who was a very talented musician herself, and he discussed the whole list of musicians. That was the first year. We had it for 14 days, and we had 3 programs from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8:30, every day. And he guided us about the selection of the artists. And we also had the support of Mr. Shekhar. He has always been there with us, and he's very closely connected with us, and I've myself gone to his house for pujas and things like that. So it has been, we have had wonderful artists. Srekala has been with us from the first year itself, as also Gopika Verma. So many others have been here. And it's not for me to ring out the names, say names, but we also had wonderful speakers, Goda Venkateshwara Shastrigal. Then we had Sri Krishnamurti Shastrigal, we had Sri Damal Ramakrishnan, we had Dr. M.A. Venkatakrishnan. So many have come. And we had persons like Justice Sri Krishna coming and speaking, Sri M, Justice Ramspuranam. It has been a wonderful journey all these years. And throughout Sadguru, in a attached manner, she wanted everything to be done correctly, she would see, but she did not get involved in anything, in the small details of anything, but she just allowed us the freedom to do anything. But at the correct time, she would intervene. So, all these years, from the first year when we sat and we planned it out, sitting in her Sannidhi, and Sri Vidya rushing down from Dubai and making the arrangements and going back and coming, like that for the first years. So that was all, it was all by Sadhguru's grace that this has happened every year. When we look back and see how a fledgling organization like that could have started and done all these things. So, with the grace of God, we have also combined scholarship, the arts. We had Kathakali, we had the Melatur people doing their drama, we had the shadow theatre, so many things we have had. And so we have to be thankful that we have been part of this way of bringing the message of Sri Krishna to the world. Ete cha amshakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. All these, giving a list of all in Bhagavatam, giving after talking about various avatarams, Sutta says these are all amshas and kalas, small particles of Bhagavan. But Krishna is that very avatari, the being which is incarnated. He is not incarnation, he is that which is incarnated. So, he has given us so many of his teachings, the Uttara Gita, the Ashwamedha Parva, his teaching in the Bhagavatam, not only in Uddhava Gita but in the 11th Skanda, but in various places it occurs. His actions itself sometimes are when we study it, it's such a learning experience. We have his teachings and his Leelas in the Harivamsha, which is a book which is not studied enough. And then we have, of course, the Mahabharata, and at his prodding we have received the Vishnu Sahasramam, and also he has also taught us the worship of Shiva, Bhagavan Mahadeva in the Anushasana Parva. So there is so much that we owe him. And today, if India is a tolerant country and overseas in a world of very intolerant people, it is because he said, Mama Vartam Anuvartante Manushya Partha Sarvashaha. Human beings walk in my path, Partha, everywhere. So may we all walk in his path and reach him. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu, Shri Sadguru Arpanamastu, Narayana.
Pranam to Shri Sadguru, Namaskaram Swamiji. Kalaimamani Natya Acharya Dr. Srekala Bharat is one of Chennai's foremost Bharatanatyam dancers. A widely travelled and a deeply dedicated artist, Srimati Srekala Bharat is a senior disciple of the legendary guru Srimati K.J. Sarasa. She has carved a niche for herself in the world of Bharatanatyam through her distinctive choreographies and unique presentations. She had her calling in dance at the age of 7. Since her Arangetram on the 22nd of May 1972, she has been performing both solo and group categories with over 900 stage performances over the globe. Her creative journey as an artiste has taken her across 31 countries, spanning 5 continents and staging countless moments of a unique interpretation of Bharatanatyam. She established the Thejas School of Performing Arts in 1999 in Chennai that has trained over 400 students so far. Srimati Srekala derives the inner strength through her untiring dedication, determination, and devotion to this divine art that has fetched her many awards, including the Kalaimamani from the government of Tamil Nadu, Bharata Ratnam from the government of Sri Lanka, and House of the Commons recognition from the government of Canada and Toronto. Accompanying her today, we have her disciples Ramapriya, Abhirami and Ananya. Ramya Priya, Abhirami and Ananya. We look forward to the performance. Thank you.
and my dance guru, Sarasa teacher. And on behalf of my students and myself, Srekala Bharat, I welcome you all to this dance presentation, Madhurya Lahari, songs in praise of the evergreen Lord Sri Krishna. At the outset, I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to Vishnu Mohan Foundation and Sri Jnana Advaita Peetham to have given us this opportunity, yet another opportunity, I must say, as Swamiji pointed out, that I have been here since 2011. We've been performing, and this is the fifth performance that we are doing for this foundation, and we feel too fortunate. I think we deem it a great privilege and honor to have been invited to present this year also. Thank you very much, Swamiji, and all your us the devotees in coordinating. Sri Vidya, Sri Kumar was so good in coordinating and getting all the things confirmed for all of us. We commence our Bharatanatyam recital with a Thodiya Mangalam in Ragamalika and Talamalika, a composition of Annamaya in praise of both Sri Rama and Sri Krishna. We would also like to thank Sri K.M. Ramaswamy and Sri Shekhar and all you devotees to have come here to give us all your best wishes and Swamiji's blessings. Commencing our performance, I would introduce the credits for the recording just before the Thillana. Now, the Thodiya Mangalam, which I will be dancing with two of my students. I will introduce them just before the Thillana. I hope all of you will enjoy our presentation and give us all your blessings and best wishes. Thank you. Namaskarams. Track one.
Jaya 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 Janaki Ramana Jaya Vibhishana Shana Jaya Sarvaruha Charana Jaya Dina Karuna Jaya 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 Janaki Ramana Jaya Vibhishana Shana Jaya Sarvaruha
The next item is Uttakada Venkata Subbiah's ever popular kriti, Marakatha Manimaya Chela, in praise of Lord Sri Krishna. As I told you, all the songs are in praise of Sri Krishna. We begin with a kolatam, Avani Rohini Ashtamile, where Sri Krishna was born, and then we go on to perform Marakatha Manimaya Chela, describing the beauty, the grace and the pranks of Lord Sri Krishna. Marakatha Manimaya Chela in Ragam Arabi, set to Thalam Adi, and a composition of Utsavam Sri Venkata Subbayar. Track 2.
कस्तूरी तिलकम ललाट पलक वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभम् नासाग्रे नवमौक्तिकम् करदले वेणु करे कंकणं सर्वांगे हरिचन्दनं च कलयुज कंठे च मुक्तावली गो
following item is Jagado Dharana in Ragam Kapi, where the composer Purandaradasa tells Yashoda, you are so fortunate to have brought up Sri Krishna, who calls you Amma. Sri Krishna, when he lifted the Govardhana with his little finger, with that same hand, he took the aval poha from his friend Kuchelar or Sudhama and gifted him wealth, Lakshmi Kataksham. Then, same Lord Sri Krishna, with a small feet who runs, measured the universe with his feet. Krishna, who saved Draupadi from insult. Sri Krishna, one who doesn't fall for wealth but for love, the bhakti. And instead of, in the Tulabharam, instead of for the jewels, just a petal of tulasi is moved for Sri Krishna. Thus, he says, sings the praises of Lord Krishna in this moving kriti, Jagado Dharana. And this will be presented by my students, Ramya Priya and Abhirami. Next track.
ಮಗುಗಳ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯನ ಮಗುಗಳ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯನ ಮಗುಗಳ ಮಗುಗಳ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯನ ಅಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಮಗುಗಳ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯನ ಅಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಅಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಜಗದೋದಾರಣ ಮಗನೆಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತ ಜಗದೋದಾರಣ ಮಗನೆಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತ
Oh
After this moving composition, Jagadodharana, we move on to a very short, crisp, vibrant piece known as Salangai. This actually we performed at the 2019 when we celebrated the milestones of 50 years of my dancing and 20 years of my dance school on July 6th, 2019. And when they announced also that I had my Arangetram on May 22nd, 1972. This year is a 50th year of my Arangetram and 53rd year of my dancing and 23rd year of my teaching. That's why I'm saying I'm so blessed to dance with few of my students here in front of His Holiness His Swamiji Sri Guru Hari Prasad. And now we go on to Salangai, where in praise of the Salangai that we wear for dance. Yes, the next track, Koti.
Tatum, 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 tatum. Oh, Namah Shivaya. சதங்கை ஆட துடித்திடும் தட்டி மெட்டி குத்தி நாட்டி தைத்து வித்தை சதை புரிந்து கத்தி தாவிட தளங்கள் லயம் உயிர் பெற ஒலித்திட தட்டி மெட்டி குத்தி நாட்டி தைத்து வித்தை சதை புரிந்து கத்தி தாவிட தளங்கள் லயம் உயிர் பெற ஒலித்திட பறைக்கலை முதல் பரத நாட்டிய கலை வரை கலைஞரும் கவிஞரும் அறிஞரும் முனிவரும் முனைபணிந்த ரகசியம் மண்
Next is an Ashtapadi, Jayadeva's Ashtapadi, always revolving around Radha's love for Sri Krishna. Today I will be presenting Kuru Yadu Nandana, where Radha, after the much awaited unison, the next day she complains to Sri Krishna, Krishna, you are responsible for all the tresses being disheveled and my dresses, everything. You have to make me look beautiful all over again. Such a moving Ashtapadi, Kuru Yadu Nandana, in Ragam Misra Kamaj. This will be performed by myself. The next track, please.
ಚಂದನ ಶಿಶಿರ ತರೇಣ ಕರೇಣ ಪಯೋಧರೆ ಗುರು ಯದು ನಂದನ ಚಂದನ ಶಿಶಿರ ತರೇಣ ಕರೇಣ ಪಯೋಧರೆ ಗುರು ಯದು ನಂದನ ಚಂದನ ಶಿಶಿರ ತರೇಣ ಕರೇಣ ಪಯೋಧರೆ ಮೃಗಮದ ಪತ್ರ ಕಮತ್ರ ಮನೋಭವ ಮೃಗಮದ ಪತ್ರ ಕಮತ್ರ ಮನೋಭವ ಮಂಗಲ ಕಲಶ ಸಹೋದರೇ ಮೃಗಮದ ಪತ್ರ ಕಮತ್ರ ಮನೋಭವ ಮಂಗಲ ಕಲಶ ಸಹೋದರೇ ನಿಜಗಾದ ಯದು ನಂದನೆ ಕ್ರೀಡತಿ ಹೃದಯ गञ्जनम् अञ्जनकं रति नायक सायक मोचने अलीकूल गञ्जनम् अञ्जनकं रति नायक सायक मोचने त्वदधर चुम्बनलम्बित कजल उज्ज्वलय प्रिय लोचने त्वदधर चुम्बनलम्बित कजल उज्ज्वलय प्रिय लोचने निजगादसा यदुनन्दने क्रीडति हृदया नन्दने निजगादसा यदुनन्दने क्रीडति हृदया नन्दने मम रुचिरे चिकुरे कुरुमानद मनसि जध्वज चामरे मम रुचिरे चिकुरे कुरुमानद मनसि जध्वज चामरे रतिगलिते ललिते कुसुमानीषि खण्डिषि खण्डक डामरे रतिगलिते ललिते कुसुमानीषि खण्डि शिखण्डक डामरे सरसघने जघने मम शम्बर धारण वारण कंगरे சுந்தரே நீஜகதசா யதுநந்தனே क्रीडति हृदया नन्दने क्रीडति हृदया नन्दने क्रीडति
The next item is Vishamakara Kannan. It's a very popular song which describes the pranks of Sri Krishna, presented by three of my students, Ramya Priya, Abhirami and Ananya. Vishamakara Kannan. Next track, please.
விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பக்கத்து வீட்டு பெண்ணை அழைப்பான், பக்கத்து வீட்டு பெண்ணை அழைப்பான், முக்காரி ராகம் பாட சொல்லி வம்புக்கு இழுப்பான். பக்கத்து வீட்டு பெண்ணை அழைப்பான், முக்காரி ராகம் பாட சொல்லி வம்புக்கு இழுப்பான். முக்காரி முக்காரி ராகமா, எனக்கு அது தெரியாதென்றால் நெக்குருக கிள்ளி விட்டு, அவளை நெக்குருக கிள்ளி விட்டு விக்கி விக்கி அழும் போது இதாண்டி முக்காரி என்பன், விக்கி விக்கி அழும் போது இதாண்டி முக்காரி என்பன். விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன். வெண்ணை பானை மூடக்கூடாது, வெண்ணை பானை மூடக்கூடாது, ஊரில் உள்ள வெண்ணை பானை மூடக்கூடாது, ஊரில் உள்ள வெண்ணை பானை மூடக்கூடாது. இவன் வந்து விழுங்கினாலும் கேட்கக்கூடாது, இவன் வந்து விழுங்கினாலும் கேட்கக்கூடாது. கண்ணன் அம்மா கிட்ட சொல்லக்கூடாது, சொல்லிவிட்டால் அட்டகாசம் தாங்க உண்ணாது. அவன் அம்மா கிட்ட சொல்லக்கூடாது, சொல்லிவிட்டால் அட்டகாசம் தாங்க உண்ணாது. சும்மா ஒரு பேச்சுக்கானும் திருடன் என்று சொல்லிவிட்டார், சும்மா ஒரு பேச்சுக்கானும் திருடன் என்று சொல்லிவிட்டார். அம்மா பாண்டி அத்தை தாத்தா அத்தனையும் திருடன் என்பன், அம்மா பாண்டி அத்தை தாத்தா அத்தனையும் திருடன் என்பன். விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன். வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதவிதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி, வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதவிதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி, நாழி பொருளிலை செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன், நாழி பொருளிலை செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன். விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன், பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன்.
Thank you. The next item is an abhang. We just have this abhang and a tilana. This abhang is by Samrit Ramdas, who is a very, very staunch devotee of Lord Sri Rama. Once, he goes to Pandharipur and he sees Vithala and asks him, "You are Rama in Ayodhya, but you are Vithala here in Pandharipur." So he praises as Rama, you are with Sita, and here you are with Rakumai. And Guhan took you on the river Ganga, and in Chandrabhaga, you are with Gopikas. And there you are with Varanas, and here you are standing all alone with your hands on your Karakataveri, on your hip. Such a very, very beautiful abhang. It is so special because this abhang is inscribed in the walls of the temple at Pandharipur. So I will be performing this abhang, which is in Vrindavana Sarangaragam, set to Thalam Adi, a composition of Samrit Ramdas. The next track, please.
Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Ram, Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Ram, Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Ram, Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Ram. Vitala Shri Rama Manamohana Megha Shyama Manamohana Megha Shyama एते काहे उभार श्री रामा मनमोहन मेघ श्यामा एते काहे उभार श्री रामा मनमोहन मेघ श्यामा 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 येते काहे उभार श्री रामा मनमोहन मेघ श्यामा काय केली सीताबाई काय केली सीताबाई केली सरयू गंगा काय केली सरयू गंगा काय केली सरयू गंगा येते राहिली चंद्रभागा येते राहिली चंद्रभागा चाप बाण काय विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई विठ्ठल विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई जय जय विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई जय जय विठ्ठल जय रघुमाई विठ्ठल 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 श्री राम जय राम 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 विठ्ठल 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 पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल 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 विठ्ठल
Thank you. Before the Tilana, I would like to introduce my students who have performed here and the credits for the recording. Kumari Ramya Priya, who is an aspiring architect. Kumari Abhirami, an aspiring robotics engineer. Kumari Ananya, an aspiring liberal arts person. The credits, Natavangam, by Srimati Padma Raghavan. If she is here, please come on stage, please. Padma, if she is here. Girls, can you spot her? She's here. Padma, please come. She is a dancer in her own right, a wonderful disciple of Professor Sudharani Raghupati, and who has been attached with our Thejas and myself ever since 2009. Thank you, Padma Raghavan. And along with Padma, I have done the Natavangam, that's okay. And the vocalist, there are 3 vocalists, Chitrambari Krishna Kumar, and Preeti Mahesh. Are you here? If you are here, please come up. Preeti Mahesh is the person who has sung my Ashtapadi. Chitrambari sang most of the songs, and Abhang was by both Chitrambari and Bhavani Kishore Kumar of Coimbatore. Mridangam, Shri M. Dhanam Jain. Rhythm pad, Shri K.R. Venkatasubramanian. Violin, Shri Shikhamani. Flute for different recordings. One was by J.B. Shruti Sagar and another by Shri Atul Kumar. And the choreography, costume design, and presentation by myself, Srekala, Bharat. I hope I have not left anyone else in the recording. Illa Padma? Yes. Another, the Salangai was done by L. Narendra Kumar, his Natavangam. I don't know whether Naren is here. And now we will conclude with a Thillana in Ragam, Dhanashri set to Talam Adi, a composition of Maharaja Swati Tirunal, again in praise of Lord Sri Krishna. Once when I was asked to do fitness to dance in Greece in 2016, so I had re-choreographed it accordingly, and for the Thanam, I choreographed to my students little steps like either yoga or fitness will just come then and there. A very interesting Tilana. This actually, although my guru, Sarasa teacher, had taught me in 1986, but I was remotivated by the Agam group, Shivarama Krishnan, how he sang. So I have choreographed it on that line. And it was a great hit, and we again performed this for our 2050 in 2019. And I thank Bhavan's Murugan brothers, Krishnan and Sons, for the lights and the mic. Once again, my heartfelt gratitude to the most respected Swamiji and Sadguru Ma and all the devotees of the Advaita Jnana, Sri Jnana Advaita Peetham, to have come here, and especially we are all very, 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 very fortunate indeed, blessed indeed, to be performing in the immediate presence of His Holiness Swamiji here. And I thank, in 2011, I was introduced by Aruna Ganesh, a devotee of the Sri Peetham, and I hope she is here watching us dance. I thank Sri Vidya, Aruna, and every one of you who has really made this possible this evening. From all of us, a big thank you. And Swamiji blesses, as always, with lots of love, happiness, and cheer in our life. And for these 3 little kids who wants to be in their chosen career. And now, Tilana, with this, we conclude this wonderful evening given to us. Thank you so much. The last track, Koti.
Get
That was indeed a lovely performance. How captivating. Poetry of footsteps, a blend of cosmic tune and divine music. We still feel lost in the rhythmic tunes and the mesmerizing music. We would now request Swamiji to felicitate the artists and collect the prasadam.